All right, listen. This fake behemoth here is it's a doozy. All right, so using Aroos, allowing people to use money, B-dubs use money in order to get aged, glorified bodies. So the rule of thumb is if the LDD is higher, it means it's less physical money. Thus, if the LDD is lower number, it's a higher amount of money for using Aroos for aged, glorified bodies. So there's two steps that we're going to do on it that we need an aid reward for. It's already filled out, etc. Just want to walk through it. Okay, so the first one is the Oort cloud, right? So, well, the first one is not the Oort cloud. It's you have to make something that is the Oort cloud and then move it to unlive A. So again, we're using, from the Oort cloud, we're using all these Kupler belts, and we are all right, so we're using the Kupler belts, and just during our disk creation, our solar system's disk creation, you know, traversing time, 1 day, etc. We're going to take all of the matter and masses in there that are all DH, by the way. They're all DH, and we are going to put them, within new LDD. That's a promise fulfilled from an ancient scroll. Now, that being so true, and not here to convert you, you're 25 laws, you're 25 laws, don't care. I'm just saying be decisive and own up to it. So, that promise fulfilled is a big deal. So we have to take the unlive A that has been able to do those things there and put into it this new Eretz creation, which Eretz is just that 4,000 summation, Earth, etc. So we're going to be taking matter and masses throughout our entire solar system that are DH based and building these 4,000 plus summation. That phenomena is promise fulfilled, and it is what's keeping up, has been stopping it. So we're going to take your compliance, that you're going to comprehend it, systematically approach it, and understand it before rising levels. We're replacing that. So, oh, has a closed bogey right there. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing on unlive A. So people that have been using this for a while, you know when unlive A is, you know what live A is. So we're switching it up that only at unlive A is this phenomenon for people who want to live at a lower level degree number and be able to spend money for aged glorified bodies. You know what aged glorified bodies are. And just to let you know, at lower level, it's gargantuan organics. Just is. That's a whole nother lesson that you all can go into, but that's a limit on it. If you don't like it, rise levels, because you can be boom, you can be big, but that's just a different level degree, different story. All right, so we're going to be taking that new Eretz Earth summation as unlive A mandatory, and for you signing off that inheritance, Ancient Scrolls Promise Filled, it's going to make it free. And then I just hear my business people saying, free, but you're going bankrupt. Haven't done it yet, not going to do it again. But the place where it's going to flourish economics for everybody who's wondering is, let's say you get an aged glorified body, gargantuan organics. Well, you're going to have to buy new clothes, you're going to have to buy new wardrobes, you're going to have to buy food for a bigger body. You're just going to have to do all that, and that's a gift to you. To me, your inheritance from giving life, you're taking it right here, and that's cool. That's where you want to live, and I'm okay with it. All right, so that one is just a basic structure of what NE, NJ, NH are. Just is. Okay, so the linear graph, yeah, look at this linear. This is a linear graph. This one still gets me going. Okay, so this linear graph here, the X is sequence times PS, which is personal social. Sequence times personal social VA and roared. The Y is LDD times live and unlive A. Okay, your quadrants are here. Your quadrants, as you know, is always positive 1, 2, less positive, but with a positive 3, all negative, 4 with a positive with a negative. So the ones who are choosing for LDD up number, less money, they're going to be going through New Ed Eats Live. Just what's going on. Let's see. So I'm going to let you all study what this is. You have a picture of it. You can study how it works. There's plenty of peripheral and thalamus conversations out there. Again, just make sure it's insured. It's super important. Don't get lost because something sounds good. Make sure it's insured. Okay, a big change to this formula is the AS. AS is area surface, and that's usually with SRP, solar radiance pressure. The difference here is we're going to be doing the angstrom absolute value, and we're going to be doing the angstrom absolute value because when you sign away the inheritance and saying that you will see it before proceeding or progressing upward, you obtain an angstrom instantly, and that's how we're paying for it, or how you're paying for it, etc. So you got that? All right. So it's going to be the absolute value of angstrom LDD 1 of 2 times unlive A, divided by 86,400 times Kepler's law. That's why it looks like a square up there, because you know what 88,775 is. And then you multiply that times PS, and then you multiply that again by CDPD. But again, you're signing off that and saying one day you will understand it and comprehend it before you progress, so you're obtaining credit, debit, paid. Because Aroos only works with TIH, DH, angstroms at an atomic level, so you'll never figure it out. And not only that, at a TIH level, which is outside of our solar system. So how you could create Aroos to bring atomic levels that are only triumphant from light years away and telepathically or teleportation them to Aroos, that's how it works. I don't know how you would be able to do it. That's how it works. So, continuing. So that's AS. So the second step is for you to get back onto it, and for persons, like, that's what the linear graph's back. For you to get back once you're tired of aged, glorified bodies at that moment and you want to get back on live A, that's what the second one's for. And the linear graph will explain it. This is aged, glorified bodies, and then choosing LDD up number, lower money, where we'll meet again. Okay, so I know I'm going through it, but you guys can study it. You're smart enough to understand it, and you're smart enough to use it. Yeah. All right, so our first F equals, you know, that whole speculative formula deployment. Our F for the first step, which is pop quiz, and fill it out and turn in your answers. That's the answer. Check your own work. And just to let you know, if you ever have a teacher, and this is a tangent, I'm sorry. If you ever have a teacher who says, grade your own work, right? And from personal experience, not from someone else. And they tell you, grade your own work, and then you grade your own work, you give yourself way higher than you should have. It's dishonest, it's lying, etc. You know where they catch you, kids? You know where they catch you? They catch you when you take a test, because you won't know the dang answer and you're not going to get an A. But anyway, I just ruined the teacher's secret, my bad. Okay, so grade your own work, pop quiz, or what the first and second step is. The formula applied to is LDD 1, 2 of 3, unlive A. Again, unlive A, 1, 2, 3. The AR is LDD 3 live A, which is how we meet over here. The C pi T is 186,400 speed of light times 0.20 equals 223. I had that written wrong. It's technically 223. 223,200. AS is the absolute angstrom. 1 plus P is P3 law, where you're dividing the number of LDD divided by money. P3 law, compliance. Systematic. Cosine, of course, 90. DGH, this is a big change. We're going to use solar Jupiter, as you know, and for this one, it's so big and massive for all the people ever that we're going to be using Saturn cooling. We haven't done that yet. And of course, Earth. RRR is going to be remix, repeat, remain, triumphant, nothing new there. P 0 hertz, you know that's the leaf pill of what we've been talking to, the answer to the pop quiz. And the zebra ISW, we know it's 0 of 25 times 9 time for PPF tap, and then you know it's LDD 1, 2 of 3 on and live A. So that's the first one, and that's going to give us an aim word that says, unlive echt et iets promise fulfilled. Then we have another one to come in. This is the second one. And second one, pop quiz, grade your own answer. What's the second one for? The second one, same formula we're going to use. And if this goes over your head, just talk with insured responses. Okay, the F is going to equal LDD 1, 2 of 3, unlive A again. AR is going to be LDD 3, live A. FS is 1358 times 0.20 times 186,400, which is going to give us, basically that's 1,358 times 223, 200 miles per second. And that's going to give us our force on surface in watts per meter squared. Our C pi T, again, we're using, instead of teleport, we're using teleport a new sequence and a new yeshiva. We're using the speed of light just multiplied, so it's going to be 223,200. AS, absolute. Cosine, again, 90. DGH, again, is going to be solar, Jupiter's red spot, Saturn, cooling, and Earth's summation. RRR, triumphant, remix, RRR, so that's good. P is going to be 0 of angstrom. Hertz is going to be leaf pill. That's where you put in the correct answers. The correct answer for what your hertz is, because you know that she's haunting that thing there. Okay, zebra, we know it's 0 of 25 times 9, and we know it's LDD 1, 2 of 3 on and live A. And our 1 plus P for both of these, this is important. That's 1 plus iridescence. It's like what makes it continually go off. Like what makes it continually happen. But anyway, what makes it continually happen for jumping between live A and unlive A for everybody is P3 law, which is number divided by money. And the aim word on that is going to be age with glorified tilt. That's it. I know I went through it fast. It's one of those things where if you can get it to work, it just enjoy the picture versus taking apart the camera so you can't watch the picture. But those who do want to study it, I know I went fast and I apologize, but I think even if I was going slow, it would still take tons and tons of time in order to truly grasp it. So really try to decide whether you want to watch the picture or if you want to take the camera apart and not watch the picture. Other than that, good job, and I will see you soon.